Hey, what's up everybody? The Destroyer001 here. Today I'll be bringing you a cast of a game from the 2v2 tournament being held by GameReplays.org for June. So this is round 1, a game from Group B, and this is game 1. And the tournament is it's a 10-team total tournament with 20 total players. And this is one of the matches. This is the first match, so this will be Otto, otherwise known as Archangel, from in the bottom right as Isengard, and his partner is DreadReapr as the Dwarves. In the top left, we have the other team, DJParson as the men, and his partner today is Djinges. I don't know how to pronounce that really. I'm assuming the D is silent, kind of like Django. So it'd be Djinges. I'm just gonna call him Djinges. How about that? Sure. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. But, yep, that's that. This is the start of a tournament. So we'll see if these players advance, or which team advances through this. They have to play multiple games on the same map, same settings. So whoever wins that, I believe it's the best, like, of 3 or something like that. I'm unsure. I will leave a link in the description if you want to check out the details of the tournament, as I'm probably not going to go through and explain all that. So, we have Otto opening up with a clan setting and a couple furnaces here. It's a pretty solid start there. We also have a Wolven barracks and a couple Malorn trees. A few actually, 3 of them. Starting up there. And no actual Hall of Warriors here. Where? No. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was gonna say, you might be in trouble. This is a large, very long map. This is the Grey Mountains. If I didn't say that before, I probably didn't. So their map is the Grey Mountains. I think it's chosen randomly or something. But I like this map a lot, actually. It's a good map. And yeah, DJParson is opening with some Gondor soldiers from his barracks there. He has a few farms as well, and he will send his troops down, probably to capture this outpost. There is a fire drake here, but there is an outpost over here, possibly. Definitely want to get that. Apparently I'm hearing dwarves for some reason. Whatever. And as we see, oh, it's DreadReapr. Excuse me. I got occupied. DreadReapr is building an archery range. So possibly we'll see some axe throwers out of there, as you might imagine. I don't see too many players getting quick Men of Dale, but you never know. Not in a 1K game, at least. And it looks like some wildmen are being sent across the map from Otto there. So he will be probably harassing his opponent there. And I already forgot what his name was. Djinges. Djinges. God. I'd call him DJ, but there's already a DJParson. Djinges. Djinges. Sure. God. Maybe I should have looked into what his name, how his name was said before I even knew who he was. But yeah, he's got some Rivendell Lancers. And he will begin trampling men. Those dwarves have no pikes in their army there, and they will definitely be getting trampled. Dwarves aren't very trampleable though, as you'll notice. They didn't take very much damage. I think they're rally called as well, which is helpful. And yeah, those lancers are going to be very, very helpful. They're not killing a lot, but they are slowing them down, and they are doing damage, allowing the archers to have time to pick them off, as well as the swordsmen. And it looks like all the aggression is coming from the southern team here. DJParson has captured the outpost down here, and he's actually trying to destroy a goblin cave there. And Otto is going over here, possibly to try and capture this outpost, but Djinges is also going to get it. Looks like he's going to take it first, though. Although he might want to get out of there. There are pikes coming. While he may get the outpost, he will lose a battalion of... Actually, no, are those from Gondor? Those are actually DJParson's, excuse me. DJParson has Gondor Knights. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I thought they were Rivendell Lancers, as they do look very similar from high in the sky, as you might imagine. My apologies. But yeah, the barracks actually getting quickly taken down here by the Dwarves. And Djinges is in a bit of trouble, but I think he'll be alright. Looks like he's got enough stuff to clear out the rabble in there. Although Isengard could push in, potentially cause a problem. It looks like he will do that. Probably take out that freshly made tree. Looks like he will demolish that immediately. Let's go down here, as there are some Gondor soldiers from DJParson all the way across the map into Otto's base here. So he will begin working on the farms, the furnaces, and destroying those. Also sending men over to DreadReapr's base here. DreadReapr has a nice tactic here, because odds are the opponent is not going to look here first. He knows where the fortress is, so he's going to go looking around in the fortress for these buildings that are not there, and he can use this as a hub to transport all around the map where he has built a mineshaft. Very good play. I like that quite a bit. But if it does get found, it may be able to be taken out a bit easier because the fortress isn't there to support it with its arrow towers. So that's just something to keep in mind. But I still think it's a great play. Now, Otto is pushing in here, possibly going to take the barracks out. And if Djinges loses that barracks, he could be in a bit of trouble. That's all he really has at the moment is what is on the field. These lancers, a few groups of archers, and some swords. And there are dwarves here as well, although there's not enough enemy units to cause too much more problem there, I don't think. And it looks like all the Gondor soldiers down here have been cleaned up. There are a few Rudar spearmen down here. Are these Rudar spearmen? I think that's what they are. Rohan spearmen. Rudar from Angmar, of course. I did that. Whatever. But yeah, looks like DJParson will be sending some units to help his partner out here. As you don't want to lose your partner, especially in a 2v2 tournament game, as that would not be ideal. They do have a healing well, or mirror gladule there, which is always a good thing to have. Heal up your troops that are wounded, get your battalions up to full again. And it's going to be hard to get a trample on these dwarves, especially with these phalanxes there, but they're moving quite far out. Looks like he does move them back though. And yeah, all the action seems to be focused on Djinges' base here. And he could be in some trouble. Especially with buffed axe throwers. Axe throwers are pretty good. They do a lot of damage to elves, who aren't very tanky. Especially with these guardians up front in defensive stance. But these Rivendell Lancers are going to get a run through here. Killing a few of these axe throwers here, but not too many. Oh, we already have an Undermine. Let's take a look at the powers real quick, actually. Forgot to do that. DreadReapr actually already has Undermine, as you see. And he has Rallying Call. DJParson, the men, has Rallying Call. Djinges has Elves has a Rallying Call as well. And actually he has enough for another power if he wants. 10. And Otto has Rebane. So, that is the power list so far. We do have some Rohirrim already, led by Omer himself. And then we'll begin doing pretty good damage there. Although, Otto is moving troops from Isengard into the men's base of DJParson. Possibly we'll take out some farms, maybe the stables even. Looks like the elves have held out. There's a Sharku over here though. Could be a bit of a problem. And yeah, let's go back up here. And this is where most of the action is happening at the moment. Zoom in a tiny bit. Yeah, this amount of cavalry, excuse me, they will have not too much trouble cleaning up that. And the men will have a pretty good advantage here, as they have a very mobile, very strong army for a very large map, which is pretty good to have. And some axe throwers, a couple of them being caught out of position, being trampled, although professionally being avoided. Doesn't manage to trample himself over some pikemen, which is good. He could go for this, but he doesn't want to trample those pikes of Otto, so that wouldn't be good for him. He looks like he probably take the outpost here, or maybe knock it down. Sharku needs to be careful here, actually. There is a lot of guys here, and Sharku is not a one-man army. I hate to break it to him. It looks like the barracks over here was destroyed. I don't know if I noticed that, but there's another one over here. Also about to be destroyed, as the elves are just being picked on in this game. Elves do have a Glorfindel though, level 4 already. And he will begin cutting his way through these Uruk pikemen. And it looks like he will manage to save this barracks. Also throwing up another one. In the top left here we have, who is this? We have Faramir from DJParson picking off these dwarves as they run in. But they will manage to get in and probably take down a farm. Possibly get to the archery range or something. And keep doing damage here. He's actually splitting up his army. Good tactic here. Going after the builder there as well. But he can't chase two armies as well, so he'll continue looking for farms, possibly with those guys over there in the top left, as he attacks down here, keeping them occupied while these farms will be destroyed. Good play there. And it looks like the elves are finally coming to help the men for once, as the action seems to be in the men's base, but this may be a mistake. Taking his entire army out of his base could leave the elves completely defenseless. I'm not sure that's a good call, but we'll see. Depends on what Isengard decides to do. If Isengard decides to move into the men's base as well, then that would be a good idea. But now the Rohirrim actually coming into the dwarves' base, and the dwarves are going to lose a few structures, as there's not much to stop them. There's a few battalions of phalanxes over here, but they're a bit slow. They do manage to pop a few out of the mineshaft there, pick off a few Rohirrim. There is still a sizable force there. And yes, now there is a army in Djinges' base here, the elf, and also something Tom Bombadil now. Let's take a look at the powers. DreadReapr has the Men of Dale now, and as you see, DJParson has Tom Bombadil. I think that's DJParson's Tom Bombadil then, because the elves, as you see, do not have Tom Bombadil, and we have Devastation from Isengard, which is a good power to have. There's a lot of trees in this map, so you can get thousands of gold that way, or resources, not gold. But yeah, Tom Bombadil cleaning up that army pretty nicely. And the elves are starting to make a little bit of a comeback here, although the men are starting to be overwhelmed, as his army of Rohirrim is out in the field. There's also some Gondor Knights in that army. It's not completely Rohirrim. The Brohirrim, as you would. But they should probably return home and defend their base, I think. He's getting a lot of power points, though. It's gotta be said. He has destroyed a lot of things. Also running through some phalanxes there, losing a lot of men there. Actually, his cavalry's looking pretty skimpy now. He doesn't really have much in the way of an army. But he is continuing to produce Gondor soldiers to help him defend. Is he building Rohirrim or archers? He is building some Ithilien rangers, so those will help out. But now that the elves are over there defending his partner, there's a huge attack from Isengard coming in here. Now Otto is going to destroy a lot here. The elves need to get back to base immediately. And this might be the end of Djinges, as he doesn't have any army here to defend himself. All over here defending DJParson. I don't know if he knows, but there's a giant green or cyan blob in his base. And yeah, he's throwing up some archer towers. He definitely notices, but he's lost all his structures, and things are looking pretty bleak for him. Actually, it's gotta be said. Losing farms, losing barracks, all over the place, and he is retreating home. But I think it's a bit too late. The fort hasn't taken any damage really, but it's only a matter of time. Dwarves actually using Undermine to get over here. Very good. Full army of ready dwarves, ready for battle. About to bring the pain over here to Djinges' base. And I think this could be the end of the elves. Although the elf army has returned home, he is still trying to pick off the Isengard army, which is still pretty sizable. And now it's basically 2v1, as DJParson is nowhere to be seen here. His army is over here. Or the remnants of his army, I should say. He does have a few Rohirrim out in the field, but I don't think the Rohirrim are actually... Maybe they were a bad choice. Or something. I don't know. But nonetheless, looks like the Elves are going to go down here. And this game 1 will probably go down to DreadReapr and Otto here. As the winning team, I would imagine. I don't see the Elves coming back from this. There's far too many Dwarves and Isengard troops here. As you see, there's still a lot of Axors, there's some Phalanxes and Guardians, all kinds of troops here. Looks like the Rohirrim finally showed up. It's definitely too late. Fortress is at half health now. He will kill a few things though. There is alerts in the field though. Level 4 as well. And he will definitely make a problem for these guys, these Rohirrim. They might save the fort actually, but will it matter is the question. If they keep the reinforcements coming, if Otto keeps up the pressure with the Spartan and the Dwarf, DreadReapr, they will definitely win. As it shouldn't take much more to actually get rid of Djinges' base here. And Charku running frantically around. Looks like he will actually make it away though.
Gandalf, I have failed you.
Oh, good strategy there. Throwing some phalanxes out and then immediately demolishing it so the Rohirrim charged right into the phalanxes. That was pure gold. Good strat there. I like that quite a bit. Yeah, Isengard is in no danger at all. Neither are the Dwarves. As you see, they still have a fort. Even has a couple wall hubs to help defend it. And while they have lost a lot of structures out in the field by the Rohirrim, it doesn't seem to matter. And yeah, looks like Djinges and DJParson have been defeated. And game 1 goes to DreadReapr and Otto. So well played to those players. And congratulations on that, to their game, through the victory. And yeah, I will be casting game 2 as well. So I will see you there.